About a month before Starfield came out, I released a video where I explained that the advertising for the game was being disingenuous, and Bethesda lacked both the talent and technology to make it good. This video currently sits as my most disliked video, and I was bombarded with hate comments from people who said I was wrong. 1 month later, Starfield came out, and it was the worst received single-player RPG Bethesda has launched in recent memory. Now on YouTube, generally you want to stick to content your audience likes, so I shouldn't make a video about my doubts surrounding the Elder Scrolls 6. But you know what? I'm gonna roll the dice, baby. I'm pretty sure the new Elder Scrolls game, whenever it comes out, is going to be of similar quality to Starfield, and somebody has to talk about this. While we have only seen a single teaser trailer regarding Elder Scrolls 6, I'm going to make a prediction about what will unfold between now and the launch of this game. Prior to the game's release, Bethesda is going to show a few more trailers and proudly proclaim that in this game, you can do everything. No, for real this time, guys. It's not like all our other recent games, which are horrible cash grabs that don't even work. This time, we're telling the truth. As we get closer and closer to release, Todd Howard will lead Bethesda's team as they declare more and more features and focus on how the game seamlessly blends an open-world action-adventure with a deep story, political intrigue, and customization beyond your wildest dreams. Most of these will be exaggerations. Some will be outright lies, but the hype train will leave the station with millions of suckers, gamers on board. Upon release, the game will be a glitch-ridden mess that, while featuring a vast, beautiful world, ultimately has shallow mechanics and gameplay when compared with other contemporary titles. While mods will come around to eventually make it a truly remarkable experience, the base product will pale in comparison to a bevy of superior titles releasing around the same time. How do I know this? Do I have a crystal ball or some spells or something? Or have I just followed the career of Todd Howard for decades and realized this guy is a bigger snake oil salesman than Nigel Dickens?
Well, I represent the only company that makes the genuine article that cures headaches, neuralgia, earache, toothaches, backache, swelling, sprains, sore chests, swelling of the throats, contracted cords and muscles, anxieties and ravaged nerves, stiff joints, wrenches, dislocations, cuts and bruises, and it adds vitality and vigor to the healthy man.
Hey, I'm bringing out the Red Dead Redemption 1 jokes, everyone. If you got that joke, you're cool in my book. It's a great game. Let's explore why, despite my sincerest hopes, the Elder Scrolls 6 is probably going to be a disappointment. So check this out. We got Red Dead Redemption 2 and Starfield. Obviously, Red Dead Redemption 2 looks a lot better, but can you believe it was actually released 5 years before Starfield? Back in my day, 5 years was a development lifetime. A game might look like this in 1990, and then in 1996, it would look like this. Holy shit, I can move around in 3D? Games are never going to look better than this. So why is it that two games from two massive studios with near limitless resources can look so different in quality, despite the fact that one came out well after the other? Are people at Bethesda just bad at making games? Well, no. Bethesda has a hugely talented staff of people, and I think in general they have the ability to make fantastic games. Even though their team is smaller than the team for something like Red Dead Redemption 2, that isn't the main issue. The core of their problem is their engine. Okay, so when you make a video game, you use an engine, right? You've probably seen this before. You know, the 18 splash screens that are unskippable before you can play the game you paid $60 fucking for. Some of those are logos for an engine. Basically, an engine is the foundation upon which you build a game. It's like if you're a YouTuber, you need software to edit a video. And if you use Adobe Premiere, you have the best of the best, so you can literally do anything you can think of. But if you're stuck using iMovie 1999, you are highly limited in what you can do because the tool itself is ancient. Hey, isn't that an absurd and funny joke? Doesn't the notion of using a piece of software built in 1999 sound so ludicrous? Hey, let's see when Bethesda's Gamebryo engine was first made. 1997? A year after Super Mario 64 was released? What the fuck? Now, every geek in the universe is furiously typing to tell me that Bethesda uses the Creation Engine to make their games, which was released in 2011, and they have started using the Creation Engine 2 since 2023. Unfortunately, this engine is a pile of garbage. The architecture of this engine is built on the Gamebryo engine, and many limitations that existed in 1997 are still present in it today. Don't believe me? If you examine the look and feel of Morrowind, it's pretty much exactly the same as Skyrim. Sure, the graphics have come a long way, characters now have voices, and everything generally feels smoother, but the core limitations of the game are still the same. Fighting an enemy? Swing your weapons around in the goofiest way possible. Are you talking to someone? Slow zoom into the face while they stand there motionless or do very basic stuff. NPC scripting? People can just like walk around and sometimes sit down. Cool. Compare that to something like Cyberpunk 2077 and look at what the characters can do in there and how your character moves, and it's a world of difference. While the Creation Engine isn't horrible and it can be fine for some games, it can never go up against the engines used for better games. Red Dead Redemption 2's engine was first released in 2006, Cyberpunk's engine was first released in 2011, and Horizon Forbidden West's engine was first released in 2013. It's no surprise these games are all far more technically brilliant than anything Bethesda has ever done. While some of those dates may still seem ancient by today's standards, the difference between what a piece of software could fundamentally do in the late 90s versus the early 2010s was huge. And while all of these engines enjoy frequent updates that allow them to adapt to the times, it seems like the Creation Engine is being held back by its archaic technology no matter how much they update it. You can only slap so much lipstick on the pig, folks, and I personally think that, oh, damn it! iMovie crashed again. Hold on. Stupid fucking iMovie not working for my internet videos. Come on! Okay, we're good. Let's keep going. Every single fucking game made on this engine has glitches, static NPCs, and generally plays like an RPG made for the original Xbox, which isn't surprising considering it was originally built to make an RPG on the original Xbox. I mean, this is driving me mad. Why are they still using this engine? Oh yeah, money exists, and all they care about is money. The problem is, money-grubbing parasites who sit on executive boards could never be convinced to let Todd and company build a whole new engine. It takes a lot of time and money, kids, and that's time that could go into a new Elder Scrolls adventure that will inevitably look and play worse than games that came out years or perhaps decades before. So yeah, if there's one culprit to blame here, it's this awful, outdated engine. I said this before Starfield came out, and I'm saying it again now. But that's not the only issue at hand. Bethesda is the darling child of many a gamer who fondly remembers the fun they had when they first walked into the beautiful open worlds presented in their games. But let's be real about something. Todd and company are business people first, and they care more about making a buck than making quality gaming experiences. Don't believe me? Just remember, this is the company that introduced the concept of paid cosmetic DLC that has exploded into a horrendous torrent of bullshit over the years. Introduced paid mods, a feature so mind-numbingly stupid I can't say it without nearly seizing up. Shat out a horrible pay-to-win mobile port of their largest franchise. Consistently lie about the features of their upcoming games. Check out the Starfield video if you want a montage of that. I already did it there. Now, every game company wants to make money, but usually, like the good ones, also try to make good games. Hey, I see you hiding in there, Ubisoft. Get out of here. You don't make good games. Get the hell out of here. And sure, many game developers engage in less than savory business practices. But if we had to put game devs on a scale with like Ubisoft's bullshit over here and the saint who made Stardew Valley and keeps updating it for free over here, Bethesda would absolutely be on this side of the scale. Now, Bethesda is going to try to make a decent enough game, and it will be fun, but let's not fool ourselves here. Back in the old days, they may have been fine pouring their hearts and souls into a game to make it profitable, but now they've gone down a dark path. If they want more cash, they'll just introduce some horrible bullshit designed to drain you of your hard-earned money instead of fixing a broken product. They did it with Fallout 4. They did it with Fallout 76. They did it for Starfield. Don't get me started on how they charged like $7 for a single quest in this broken mess of a game. Their model has shifted from consumer satisfaction to gouging their most loyal devotees. Their last 3 major titles have all employed some of the most disingenuous methods to drain your wallet, and I have no doubt this will continue in Elder Scrolls 6. This is especially disgusting considering in this day and age you can spend less money for far better games. Hey, look at this. RimWorld, the best game I've ever played that I've put 600 hours into, is on Steam for $35. You could buy a game that will entice you for hundreds of hours, or use that same money to buy 5 Starfield quests. Oh my god, what a conundrum. Where should you spend your hard-earned money? I don't know. What should you do? Lastly, let's talk about a point I covered in my Starfield video. While many mouth-breathing man-children proudly proclaimed I was stupid for shitting on Big Daddy Bethesda, there was one point that kind of held weight amongst some of them. Here it is. Here's your revelation. But as someone who's been gaming for over 30 years and is well past the age where I need to play games on release, I really have to caution you. You only get that first playthrough once. That first playthrough of a massive game like Skyrim or Fallout New Vegas is magical beyond description. When you know next to nothing about the world and your time is spent discovering all the game has to offer, it's easy to put away dozens of hours over a single weekend and to get engrossed in the game. So if you're excited about all the offerings showcased in the trailer, I have to ask, why not wait until the game is in a state to deliver on all those features? The simple fact of the matter is that this holds true for the Elder Scrolls 6. When Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, the worst version of the game will be the version you can play on day 1. Because these games are broken piles of unfinished garbage on release, Bethesda allows modders to fix the issues they should have fixed before putting it on store shelves. As patches and hotfixes are made by a small community of dedicated modders, additional content is added by the fans. You got player homes, new abilities, new quests, new locations, new game mechanics, Thomas the Tank Engine, dragons, breasts. You've got like a new singing guy over here. You got new weapons, new armor, some silly animations. And did I mention breasts? Skyrim in 2011 looked like this. Skyrim in 2025 looks like this. Now, am I saying you should wait 14 years to play the Elder Scrolls 6? No, of course not. I'm just saying maybe wait like 6 months, a year maybe? Buying Elder Scrolls 6 on release is like buying a Cybertruck on release. It won't work at all and your friends are going to laugh at you, you fucking idiot. But if you wait a little bit and allow for people with actual talent to come around, they can fix the core concept and deliver a product wholly superior to what was initially offered. Then you can be the one laughing at stupid people who run their cars on liquefied dinosaur bones. Also, you will likely be able to get into the experience at a cheaper price thanks to sales. And if you wait long enough, Bethesda will release a version with all DLCs combined for a fraction of the initial price. Plus, your wait doesn't have to be boring. These days, a new open world RPG comes out every couple of months, and most of these are made by talented studios that don't overpromise and underdeliver for decades on end. Hell, just go to a list of the best RPGs ever. Look at all this shit. Have you played all these games? What about this one? This one's pretty good. Hey, I like that one too. Why not spend those months waiting for Elder Scrolls to get good by playing some of the best RPGs ever and working on that backlog you keep adding to every time there's a Steam sale? At the end of the day, you can do what you want with your money and time, but as someone who has been playing games for well over 3 decades, I can tell you that the Bethesda of today is very, very different from old school Bethesda. Their products are just that. products. They seem to care more about raking in as much money as possible from a dwindling fan base of strangely dedicated whales than pushing the envelope and making ambitious experiences. And it's not like they're the only ones making games like this. You can get these incredible open world RPGs from so many different sources now. The whole reason for this video isn't to tell you not to play The Elder Scrolls 6. I'm just here to say let's temper expectations a little bit. Bethesda literally always overpromises and underdelivers, and there are no indications that Elder Scrolls 6 won't be exempt from this rule. So get out there and play Suikoden 2, goddammit. Play Persona 5 or Skies of Arcadia or Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. There are many great games out there to play while you wait for Elder Scrolls 6 to get into a robust playable state, and you don't need to burn your money on a title that won't be good for months, if not years after release. Bethesda was once a market leader who pushed the envelope of what was possible in gaming, but over the past decade they've slipped into a position where they follow broken industry trends and chase money rather than making great experiences. This truly hurts me, considering I have spent thousands of hours in their older titles, but the sad truth is the Bethesda of 2025 is not the same company that delivered the hits of the early days.